he says the sun is what we use. Now, the sun comes up, and it has a 366 day every 4-year cycle. And we know this because the spring equinox isn't going to come up for 2 days after we've counted for 364 days. So those 2 days we do not count. We observe those 2 days because we're living it and we know that they're there, but the great sign upon the earth doesn't happen for 2 days every 4 years. And when that sun comes up, we know, and it goes across the sky in a straight line, we know that to be the spring equinox. Hence, it's the first day of the year. And we connect ourselves with that first day of the year. And 3 days later, after that first day of the year, which is the 4th day of the month, that is our first Shabbat. And so what happens is every 4 years, you're going to have an extra day. And this is how we know how to keep the calendar. And this is why he tells us in Jubilees chapter 6 a couple of times, but here it says here, so that they will not keep the year 364 days only. Okay, it has to be a 364 day count only, because that's what Yah wants from us. And we know that Yah does everything in numbers, just like there's 7 days in a week. Okay, there's going to be 52 Sabbaths in a year. He told us to have 364 days in our counted year. Those 2 other days are not for us to count. That is the solar cycle. He doesn't want us to count those days. And so the way that Yah has created the calendar, from my understanding and observation, is that it's not stagnant. It's that we are to do what he has called us to do, because everything he creates has motion and movement. It's not stagnant like the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is stagnant. Also, so let me show you what this whole Saturn's thing is all about, okay? And this is going to show you guys, this is going to tell you guys a lot about why Saturday has become the so-called choice of the Sabbath. Let me see if I can recall where I put this picture. In fact, since I don't know where it is, let me go ahead and just pull this up here. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. All right, we put images of Saturn. Who've never seen images of Saturn, let me show you. There's one particular one I want you to see. And of course, all this is CGI, but this one here is probably the closest I can show here. Let me see if I can blow that up. Okay, do you see that on the top of Saturn? Does anybody know what would fit into that hexagonal shape? This is supposed to be, yeah, it's a hexagon. But what would fit into that hexagonal shape at the top of this Saturn? Yes, exactly, Moya, also known as the star of Ranfan. Okay. Yeah, son, that would be a cube in a 3D dimension, yes. But the star of Ranfan is the 6-pointed star used by the Jewish people. This is why they call Saturn the Sabbath day. You starting to see it now? This is the depth of Satan, the knowledge of Satan. This is what they're doing. Regardless if that's a CGI or not, this is why they call Saturn, Saturn, and they use Saturn as their Sabbath. Yes, for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Adam, for being on top of that, because I sure do be forgetting. But yes, but that's what they do. Yes, the Star of David is false. You won't find that anywhere in Scripture, Tracy. That is the Star of Ranfan. In fact, if you what's going to come up, that image of that star, the 6-pointed star. Let me show you something here also. Let me pull this one up so you guys can see. Again, when you think of Babylon, and we all call this country Babylon, but I don't think people really know how Babylonian it is. So let's look at the back of the dollar bill. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Okay? I want you all to see this. Do you see the star Iran fan anywhere above this eagle? You see it there? There it is right there. And guess how many stars are inside that star? You want to count it with me? Let's count it. Let's blow it up a little bit more. Let's blow this thing up. Let's count it. Yes, Yahusha, disciple. 13. Again, Satan's number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's your star Iran fan, your Star of David. Do you know how long this has been part of the United Snakes of America? Entertainment purposes only. That is called the Great Seal of the United States. And the first time that was put together, I believe, was in 1784. That should tell you the people who are running that place over there in the Middle East are the same people who's been running this country since the very beginning. Entertainment purposes only, TikTok. Only entertainment purposes only. This is why I said when I started looking into this stuff when I was younger, I started realizing there's something going on with Christianity and I couldn't understand what it was. But this is what is happening. Yeah, well, those same people are the same ones who run the news, right? Entertainment purposes only. It's the same ones. Exactly, Victoria. They run every facet of our Western society. And if you say anything about them or do anything against them, you're going to have so-called HELL to pay. You're going to have to kiss the ring if you want to be let back in. But these are the same people, entertainment purposes only, TikTok, that are going to be beheading people, entertainment purposes only. And so they don't like people like us. They don't like people like us coming to this knowledge and that we understand what is going on, because the wool is no longer over our eyes. They got everybody else asleep. And this is why they like to call us goyim. Okay. Goyim means cattle. So again, you guys see why Shabbat is not the Sabbath. Yah is not going to use Saturn's day as Shabbat forever. That is not his day. That is Satan's day. He has created a stagnant week, and he used Saturday. And this is the level of the deception, right? So they got the Christians thinking that, oh, you changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. That's one layer. Okay, that they lied. The second layer is Saturday isn't even the true Sabbath. That's the second layer, and there's probably another layer of that lie. I just haven't figured it out yet, but I know there's at least 2 layers to that lie about Saturday being the Sabbath. Oh yeah, people are probably wondering why, right? Yes, exactly, Yiska. All those there's 13 all over it. There is 13 all over it. In fact, let me move it over to the other side here. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find. Hold on one second. Let me look for this thing here. I know they have it. Hold on one segundo. Let me see if I can go back. just see if TikTok is taking it down. Dollar bill. Let me see if they have it here. They still got it. Wow. Okay, let me show you guys this. Let me see which one's the cleanest one. I think this is the cleanest. Okay, let me show you guys this. This is another depth of Satan, okay? Some of you probably seen this before. I don't know, but I'm going to show you. So this is the other side of the Great Seal. So the Great Seal is a coin. Entertainment purposes only. So you see it's the six-pointed star, right? M-A-S-O-N. Do you see it? M-A-S-O-N. Yeah, exactly. So this is on one side of the bill. And then if you look at the other side of the bill is where you have the eagle. So this is the back side of the bill, which is the pyramid, and the front side of the coin, which would be the eagle. So that's the Great Seal of the United States. And it says what it's saying: Annuit Coceptus Novus Orderos Locorum. So we know that this means new order of the ages, or the new order of the world, which is where people get the words secular or slocorum. And then Annuit Coceptus is, what is it, if I remember correctly? All this is Latin, by the way, Roman. This is all Roman wording. Exactly, Becky. I think this one, Annuus Coceptus, is something about he, how does it say it? He approves of our new world order or something like that. I can't remember exactly how the top part is. Our undertaking or something like that. He agrees with our undertaking or something like that. You'd have to look it up in Latin. But it means something to that effect. So again, this country has got a lot of issues, a whole lot of. So again, this would be the front of the coin, and this would be the back of the coin, or this would be the back of the coin, or the front of the coin, and this would be the back of the coin. But those are the two sides of the coins right there, the seal. No, the star might not be even, but again, it's letting you know that it lines up with what they're trying to tell you who is running this thing. And some of them, that's the way they did that there. That's kind of that way. But here's another one and how they did theirs. You know, the fact of the matter is it's a triangle on top of a triangle, and it's a Star Ram fan. Thank you, Eloy. Yes, Annual Coceptus means God favors our undertaking. Thank you. I knew it has something to do with undertaking. All entertainment purposes only, TikTok. Entertainment purposes only. And so here's another reason why we know that the United Snakes of America, you guys want to see another one? Some of you probably already know this, but let me show you guys another one here. Let's put in map of USA. Okay, let me see which one I want to use here. Images. Let me do another way because I don't like the way that looks. Map of Washington, D.C. Okay, let's see if I can get it to... This one might be a little too large. Okay, this one might get it. Let me see. Will this one have it? Yeah, here we go. All right, check this out, family. You guys all know Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, right? Okay. Notice the two states that it straddles, Virginia and Maryland. Okay, now we say Virginia and Maryland, but guess what? It's a play on words, family. It lets you know how Roman Catholic Church has been here the whole time. You see that? I just covered the I and the A. Virgin Mary. Virgin Mary. And who do they venerate? They venerate the Virgin Mary. Here's Washington, D.C., smack dab in the center between these two states. What's the center of the 10 square by 10 square called the District of Columbia? What's in the very center? Does anybody know what's in the very center? Anybody know what's in the very center of Washington, D.C.? You guys have all seen it. The pencil, the pinnacle, the phallus, exactly. Yep. Also known as the obelisk, right? Okay, so let me show you this obelisk. Where is, I thought I had it here. Don't I have it here? Wow, I guess I never did. Well, I guess we'll have to do, no. Yeah, let's see if this is it. Okay, nope, that doesn't show it. All right, well, here's the obelisk, right? I'm going to show you guys another picture because that one isn't doing any justice. So let me, because I'm going somewhere with this, and I thought, trying to figure this thing out. I'm like, what is going on here? Here we go, Washington Monument. Let's pull this bad boy up. All right, you guys. So this is let's see here. Do they have a picture with the Capitol in the background? Capitol in the background. Show you how Catholicism runs this country. Okay, here we go. Bam. That's a beautiful one right there. I'm gonna have to save that picture. Okay, you guys. So look at this. You guys still there? Everything okay? You guys can see? Okay, so here's the Capitol. Okay, the U.S. Capitol. Notice the dome and everything else, right? And then way over here, we have the obelisk, right? So we got all of this going on. Notice the imagery. Notice the architecture, okay? Notice the architecture of the Capitol, all right? I want you guys to notice this. Notice this whole front part right here with the dome, okay? With the edges here, okay? They're redoing that, reconstructing it, but you can see both wings of the Capitol with the triangle, the pyramid right here with the dome, okay? And with all the columns, and you have the Washington Monument sitting over in the distance. All right, now, remember all of that. Now, this is at the Vatican. That's St. Peter's Basilica right there. And here is Cleopatra's Needle, also known as an obelisk. Okay, this is what they do. Hi, dear. You can come in. And here's another picture. That's DC. Oh, there's one I didn't know I had, but yep, you can see where it's at. But you see the triangle, okay? Notice the triangle. Let's go back and let's look at the one at the Vatican. You see the triangle at the Vatican? Do you see that there? The triangle? The triangle right there. You got the columns and you got the dome. You see that? And you got the obelisk. You think all that is by accident? You think that's just by happenstance? Not at all. This is the depth of what we call the Great Delusion. This is why we're telling our brothers and sisters in the Christian faith to come out of her, my people, as our Creator has said in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. It's not by accident. Not by accident at all. In fact, let me see if I can bring that one and that one. Okay? So again, both side to side. So you see that one there, and you see this one here. Again, you're going to see a lot of the same imagery. Okay, just like we were talking about here, with the pyramid, with the columns, pyramid with the columns, the dome. You have the obelisk, and you have the obelisk. Now you see that one way in the back there? That is called Abraham Lincoln's Memorial, the Lincoln Memorial, okay? Do you know what that is in rendition of what it's supposed to be like? Let me show you. Let me show you what that is supposed to be. Okay, so let me show you that up close. That's what it looks like. You see, that's supposed to be Abraham Lincoln sitting inside this building, okay? All right. You see how it looks now. Let me show you the Pantheon. There's the Pantheon, what's left of it in Greece, okay? That's supposed to be where Zeus sat, okay? So now let me show you what it looks like. And this is just, if I can recall, where did I put it here? This is supposed to be the inside, also known as Zeus's throne, sitting on the same type of a chair. Okay, notice what he's holding here. That right there is the goddess Nike. Yes, Nikeo is the way it's pronounced in Greek. It's the swoosh symbol on your tennis shoes, people. That's her. That's Nike. Okay. That's Nike. And so here you see Washington. Notice how he's sitting. Sitting as if he was Zeus. This is supposed to be George Washington. Now I want you to see something. This is called where is it here? Here it is. Pergamus. We're told in the book of Revelation that this is Pergamus, the seat where Satan sits, where he dwells. Notice how it has all these stairs, all these pillars, left arm and a right arm. The only thing it's missing is the dome. Now, let me show you the other one. Again, let's look back at the U.S. Capitol. Where is that one that I had of the U.S. Capitol earlier? And see, pull it up again. Where is the U.S. Capitol? There it is. Now again, almost identical. The only difference is it has the dome. What are we being told? This is Satan's seat. This is the capital of Satan right here. Crazy, huh? And most of us, those of you that are here, we're living in it. Oh, I just hit the wrong thing. Let me see if I can pull it back up. I hit the wrong one. Okay, so let me put that down. Let me show you guys another one. Okay, and again, this is Lincoln's throne. You see how he's sitting? Okay. Not by accident. So look at this one here. Here is the... You see this here? Uh-oh, I just went. Let me see. Did I go the other way? I think I just missed it. Hold on one second here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know which way I went. Okay. Look at this here. You see that there? You see where the obelisk is, right? This one is Jefferson. I think it's a Jefferson Memorial. Now, let me show you the one in the Vatican. Let me see if I can find it. I believe this is the one in the Vatican. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one at the Vatican. See the round dome at the top? And it's got the obelisk in front of it. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah. It's crazy. But I wanted to show you guys all that to show you again. I don't think you guys need any more proof to know this. But this is why Virginia is named Virginia and Maryland is right next to it. And we pronounce it Maryland, but it's Maryland. Virgin Maryland. And Washington, D.C. sits right in the middle of it. For entertainment purposes only, TikTok. And, yeah, are there all the architecture? The way that Washington, D.C. is laid out, there's many more things. That's just, we're literally just scratching the surface with what they're doing. But this is the stuff that they've done. This is the stuff that they have done. And they pulled the wool over so many people's eyes and they don't even know it. So anyhow, hope you guys found that interesting. And so I'll take a few more questions for tonight. And I'm going to get ready to get off of here in 30 minutes at 6 o'clock. Because I've been on since a little after 12. It is. It's very interesting. It really is. Yeah, James, art of deception. So true. So true. But again, family, this is why we know we serve a mighty, mighty one. We serve the one that has shown us all of these things because, again, it's him that is revealing this to his people in these last days. It is really happening. The stuff that has been told to us, many of the things that we've been taught has been lies. Mary, which dream are you talking about of Daniel's? Because Daniel had a few dreams. User, the 144,000, you're saying that you want to know about it. If that's what you're asking me, DM me and I will send you over some stuff on it. Oh, you don't? Okay. I didn't know because I saw you say 144. Say 144. Right. Daniel chapter 2. Mystery Eyes, you say, Brother Jimmy, I've learned more from this live than I have from grade school and college. Well, you know, all esteem belongs to the Creator, Yahuwah. He's the one who's teaching you, not me. Honestly, I say that. Constance, just which actually probably better for you to see it on my YouTube channel because it's uncut. You'll just see it from the beginning to the end. The one on TikTok, I had to cut it short because, you know, they only allow it to be so long. Let's see. Buffering again. It's not on my end. You might have to go in and then back. I mean, go out and then back in. Let me see here. Raju, yeah, for those that do follow me, I mean, I do give out my email. Of course, if anything was to ever happen, my email would be a way to contact me. Ambassadors of YAH at Gmail. Oh, they must have came on. They must have got onto us. They can see what we were doing, and now they're starting to cause jitters, which is going to make it kind of hard for me to explain this, Mary, because if it's doing that and it's glitching, it's going to be breaking up what I'm trying to share. Oh yeah, JP. Well, there's a lot of people that think that they're 144,000 Jehovah's Witness. They think they are. Oh yeah, JP. Well, there's a lot of people that think that they're 144,000 Jehovah's Witness. They think they are the 144,000. You got some of those in the Mormon Church that believe they're the 144,000. Oh, did they really, Raju? Or Raj, it's better now. For entertainment purposes only, all of you. Entertainment purposes only. Wow, people just getting kicked off. That's crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is that TT is doing with my lives, but there is there is even Seventh-day Adventists that think the same thing about the 144. Victoria, that's a great question. I have no idea, but this is what he's used. And he hasn't only used Zeus, he's also used Jupiter. Jupiter is another name for Satan. Nimrod is another type of Satan. I'm sure they didn't Truth and Farming. R&D, soon as the sun comes up, fasting is over. That's interesting about Neptune. Thank you for that, Yaakov. That's my spiritual Hebrew name as well, Yaakov. I just spell it different and pronounce it differently. Mine is Yaqub. Yaqub. You remember the fastest time, Danielle? Can I say hours as the sun's up now? In Australia, we are 12:32 lunchtime. Oh, wow, yeah. If it's 12:32, that's time to break the fast. Like 6 hours ago almost, really. Plus, you guys are in your summer down there, right? In Australia. Over here, Raj, here in Vegas, it says a little after 4:30. It's like 4:37, something like that. Hebrew views, I don't think Iran is going to be the one. I really think it's going to be either China or Russia. I think Iran's going to deal with Israel. Wow, 105 degrees. I miss that heat. I like the heat. I like the desert heat, like out here in Vegas. Yes, KK, I've been hearing about the fog and stuff that's going on in different areas of the country and people getting sick and stuff. The time here is 5:34 in the evening. Vince, you're in Thailand. Wow. Wish I was there. That would be nice. I've never been to Thailand. My wife is half Thai and half Laos. You're very welcome, RD. Appreciate you coming through. Hopefully you come back again. Oh, NM, then you would like the heat. I love the heat myself. Oh, Nazareth, so you've seen this kind of fog before, huh? Yeah, and Hebrew views, Persia is another name for Iran. Of course, that's the old name, the ancient name for Iran. My wife's name is Song, Becky, like singing a song. Oh, that's wonderful, Rebecca. Well, if you're tired, get some rest, sis. We're just having small talk right now. What do I think about the Sabbath? You have to give me a little more than that, Adrian. I believe the Sabbath, the Shabbat, as we pronounce it, is a wonderful day. Oh, Raj, so they're partying right now. Yeah, I guess they would be, right? Oh, yeah, so you guys just had the strike of midnight over there. Yep, so it's 5:35, and right now I'm facing towards the Las Vegas Strip, but they're not going to be shooting anything off for another 6 hours, a little over 6 hours from now, but I won't even be looking at it anyways. When I was younger, I used to go out there and party with the heathens and go and do all that craziness. What date and time will be the next meeting? The next date and time meeting will be Shabbat, which will be the pagan day known as Saturn's Day. And I'll be coming on at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Central, and 4 o'clock Eastern. Yishka. Yep, Jessica, but it's Yishka. Yes, I like Yishka better than Jessica. Maybe I'm just biased towards Hebrew words, right? Actually, the Yishka, your name using the actual Hebrew lettering will be Yashka. Yashka. Because there is no I in Hebrew, original Hebrew, that is. Yoshka. There's no O either in Hebrew. All the O's, the I's, the E's, the J's, V, W. There's a few other ones. Your Hebrew name, Stella, is Zahara. Zahara. Okay. Yep, I like that one. Zahara. Jerry, a name like that in Hebrew. I can't even pronounce that. User 715. It like messes with my mind. Oh, Zara. Okay. Yeah. Zahara. And is that how you pronounce it, Nomi? We know in Hebrew it's Naomi or Naami. Novi is my name. Victoria. Victoria comes from victor or victory. Shoshana. Yeah. Ahmad, I think that's Arabic. Lindsay, I do immersions. We call them immersions, yes. Usually in the springtime. I do have a brother that's coming out here in about a week and a half, and he's going to get immersed, YAH willing. Joanne would be Yanni. Y-A-N-E or N-Y, Yanni. Yanni. Who bought this country? Well, I don't know if anyone bought this country, but they definitely stole it. Raj. So yours is, of course, we know there's no J in Hebrew. So you would change the J to a Y, the E to an A, N-A. Yeah, that'd be pretty much it. Y-A-N-A, Yana, Yane. Narma. Narma. Victoria, I'd have to look into that because there's no V. That is something that I don't know if there's a Hebrew equivalent, because I believe victory is actually a Greek word. Yep, Mark is Mark or Marcus. Some of them, like even in the scriptures, your name is Marcus, M-A-R-K-U-S. Tracy. I'm trying to think right now, Tracy. I think it's probably exactly the way it's spelled. Because all those letters exist in Hebrew. Yes, exactly, Swank Swank. Tell JP, yep, stay away from the modern Hebrew because it will put all kinds of stuff on there. It give you some O's and I's and V's and W's and J's. What about Roxanne? R-A-X. Yeah, it would be Roxanne, but with the A. Yours would be YAH. It'll be a double A. Y-A-A-L. YAH. Which is pretty much, that's the same name as Joel. The prophet Joel. YAH. Yes, Rhonda, yours would just be with an A. You would remove the O and put an A there. Rhonda. Marie, I think, and I'm not too sure because again, it can go either way. It could be Nana or Nina with a Y, Nina, or it can be with an A, Nana. Again, that's all in preference to the way that it's spelled, because you could even add a U in there depending on the way you want to spell that. Nuna. China. C-H-Y-N-A. And you can even put a H at the end of the China. Eileen. That would be A-Y-L-Y-N. Eileen. Yahuwah's daughter, what is your name? Maybe we can figure it out. Yishka, they stole it from the natives. And they were the original inhabitants here. Well, I don't know if I would call them original inhabitants, but apparently from what we're finding out, that the lost tribes of Israel were here before the Europeans came. And they were dark as dark can be with afro. If you look into the old Native Americans, the originals, their hair was not what we see in Hollywood with the ponytails and that looked more like me, looked like they were mixed. No, they looked like Negroes. Daisha. Carlus. Carlus would be with a U, L-U-S, Carlus. Yes. Lauren. Beit Yah means daughter of Yah. Yahuwah, yes. Bat Yah. Ginger. Oh, ginger. That's a new one. I don't know how that would even be. I think there might be a name for ginger in Hebrew. That would be interesting to look up. Let me see. Let's see. People over here shooting off fireworks outside. I can hear it. What is ginger in Hebrew? They're saying that ginger in Hebrew is glusbe. 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 Yeah, that's what it's giving me, is glusbe. I don't know. I guess that's the way they say ginger as a spice, the ginger root in Hebrew. Yes, they do. So let me show you what I see here. And it is kind of a long one. Let's see, glusbe. So it would be this one here. Gadol, Yod, Lamed. It looks different than the way it said. But yeah. Oh, no wonder it's called glusbe. Said the way it said. But yeah. Oh, no wonder it's called glusbe dictionary. That's what. Let's see. Ginger is the equivalent to. Let's see here. Let's see how this looks. Real quick. Where is my music? Okay, so now let me see that again.
Zangville.
Zangville. That sounds very Yiddish to me. I don't think that's the actual pronunciation of your name. That sounds very Yiddish. I'll play it again for you, Ginger.
Zangville.
Yeah, that sounds very Yiddish. Zangville. That sounds like something that they would say in Austria. User 715, how would you say ginger? Or is there a word for ginger in Hebrew for our sister? You're laughing. You said check out Numbers chapter 6, 22. Okay. Okay. We'll wait for you. Okay, Numbers. What was that? Number 6, verses 22 to 27. Number 6. Well, you know we're all getting new names when we get up there, right? So I'm waiting to find out what my name is. And it says that we will all have a name that only we know. 22 to 27. Oh, yes. Yes, this is what we would call the Aaronic blessing, right? Okay. Well, not a new language. We're going to be speaking the ancient language, the pure language, also known as Abrit or Hebrew. We're not going up anywhere, though, right? We're inheriting the earth. Exactly. Exactly, schwank, schwank. It's funny to say that. Schwank, schwank. Is that how you say it? Schwank, schwank? I forgot to ask you when you was here if that's the way you pronounce it. Or is it swank, swank? Yes, the Aaronic, from Aaron, the Aaronic blessing, or Baruch. So it says here, let me bring this down, like dank, swank. Okay, got it. Swank, swank. So here in Numbers chapter 6, starting at verse 22, it reads, And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, This is how you Baruch the children of Yasharal. Say to them, Yahuwah Baruch you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Yasharal, and I myself shall Baruch them. Yeah. I say it more in a abbreviated way. When I say Yahuwah Baruch you, may he keep you, may he allow his light to shine upon you. And so that's pretty much what I say, just as this is being said, but I say it, I guess, in a way that's like shorter, contracted. So I say, he Baruch you, may he keep you, and may he allow his light of his countenance to shine upon you. Oh my word, I was right here today in my reading. Oh, did you read that earlier, Shelby? Yes, water is Mayim. Just like heaven's Shamayim. You know what? I never noticed that, Nazareth. Yeah, huh? Shamayim. Yep, the waters above as opposed to the waters below. And of course, Mime is singular, if I am correct, and then Mayim is plural for waters. So some pronounce water as Mem or Mime. So Mayim is plural for waters. Just like Shama is singular for heaven, Shamayim is plural for heavens. Well, friends and family, got about another 6 minutes to go. Boy, I tell you, time flies. Okay, so ginger is Zangvalia. Zang Evila. But the old names are forgotten. Yeah, I pretty much thought so, yes, because that does sound a little more Yiddish to me, Zangvalia. Thank you, Akodi Nazareth, you and Adam, and I would like to tell everybody else, please thank my moderators, Nazareth and Hallelujah, those two, Sister Nazareth and Brother Adam, Akodi Adam, also known as Hallelujah on here. They do such wonderful work, and I appreciate them. Without them, I couldn't hold this thing down because they have all kinds of people saying crazy things and doing crazy stuff. And we're happy that you're also here, Jess. Thank you for being here, Ak. Huang, I will definitely enjoy the rest of my night. I will be spending it with my significant other. Constance, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we have to thank our Abba, our Heavenly Abba, for all of this. Yes, Toda to our moderators. There's hallelujah right there. Yep. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Raj, for coming through. Yeah, you know, we're just a small group of brothers and sisters, and again, this is how we're going to be, and it's going to be even better when our Father brings down the kingdom, the reign, and we spend eternity with Him. I'm telling you, we are so close to this all happening. It's amazing. You are recording. That's awesome, Naseret. Thank you for your recording. Nice to see you here, TaylorMade. Alma. Yes, exactly. Again, all of you, for those of you who don't have my email address, because again, if everything shuts down, at least you would have my address or my email address. So let me give that to you guys. And you can reach me at either one of the two. You can screenshot it. The email. The emails. I updated my it's supposed to be the 14th Yom, and I have 13th Yom. Where is it at here? I don't even see it. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Oh, sorry, you guys. I have this thing going all over the place. Wow. Yes, it's all because of Yahuwah. Do I have an Instagram? I used to. I don't really use it, Andy. This is pretty much all I use other than my YouTube channel, which I've been talking about getting that thing populated, and I really haven't. But I will definitely do that just to have a backup. I do have a backup channel here on TikTok. It's called YAH's Ambassadors. If you go to my profile page, you'll find my other one there. In fact, I'll make sure to post it so it'll be one of the ones that I'll have pinned up later. And if you guys can follow me on there, so I'll have at least 1,000 on there as well. So if I ever get cut off or shut off on this channel, I can pick up and go on that one as well. And then I'll probably get a third one just to use that as a backup of the backup. Just so we can stay ahead of the algorithms. But all right, family. So I'm going to do the Aaronic blessing, or Baruch.